Hey there, and welcome to day 16 of our time together going through Hey You. The title of this chapter is called Shadowboxing, but figured instead of us reading through it and talking about it like we normally do, that we would go to a short clip from the Hey You Bible study where I talk about it in there. And this is a clip from session 4 where we're talking about being presently present and mention shadowboxing in that session. So let's take a look at that clip.
And again, this is beyond salvation. This has nothing to do with salvation. We are saved. We still have a requirement to build towards what God is requiring of us. And if we do it haphazardly, if we do it without his voice, we do it without being in his presence, there's stuff that we're throwing on the foundation that we just hope will stick. And some of it ends up being like that anyway. Some of it's like, God, I don't understand this, but I will do it, or I will build this, or put this material on there, and just pray that this is what you're looking for. But that's why connecting to his voice, like staying in relationship with him, beyond just like the routine of it, staying in relationship with it, because we can't do this without him. Can't do this well without him. We could do a lot of things very wrong without him. But if we want to do this well, then we have to do it with him. 1 Corinthians 9, 24 through 27. Don't you realize that in a race everyone runs, but only one person gets the prize? So run to win. All athletes are disciplined in their training. They do it to win a prize that will fade away, but we do it for an eternal prize. So I run with purpose in every step. I am not just shadowboxing. I discipline my body like an athlete, training it to do what it should. Otherwise, I fear that after preaching to others, I might myself be disqualified. In that, especially verse 26, so I run with purpose in every step. I am not just shadowboxing. And shadowboxing is like you're fighting something that's not really there, or you're engaged in something that's not really, there's nothing to it. It's just wind. It's nothing. And when we run without purpose, when we run without his voice, when we try to build us, try to build who we are without him, thinking that we're doing something, we end up missing him and running without purpose and ending up shadowboxing when we could live a life with purpose in every step.
So again, that clip was from the Hey You Bible study that is now available on my website. That particular clip was from session 4, where it talked about being presently present. And we took a step back from looking at everything externally that can affect who we are and decided to take a look inside and be present and evaluate what we're building with, who we're building with, and why. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you want access to the Hey You Bible study, it is now available on my website, and the link is in the description. But I know I read this in the session clip, but I'm going to read it one more time. It comes from 1 Corinthians 9, verses 25 through 27. It says, all athletes are disciplined in their training. They do it to win a prize that will fade away, but we do it for an eternal prize. So I run with purpose in every step. I'm not just shadowboxing. I discipline my body like an athlete, training it to do what it should. Otherwise, I fear that after preaching to others, I myself might be disqualified. I challenge you to evaluate what areas have you been shadowboxing. There hasn't really been a set intention or a set purpose. And again, sometimes we don't end up knowing what purpose is actually in every step, but we can move and live with as much intention as possible. So just evaluate in the areas where you could have more clarity, areas where you could be taking more intentional steps. What steps can you take to move forward in those areas, and as a result, end up running with purpose in every step. So that's it for today. Shall see you tomorrow as we go into day 17.